you. I'll have to learn to play the banjo another time. It's Winter Field Day 2024. Welcome to the hills of Nebraska, January 27th, 2024, where this table of stuff becomes a fully functional ham radio operating station. The setup can be simple and light, or complex and heavy. I chose to go all out, and here I've laid out the things I want to take on my hill of choice to set up outdoors. It starts with location and antenna, and this year is a compromise using ladder line. It's a good choice to a degree, but it can't be close to metal or even lay on the ground. Antenna-wise, I've constructed a very simple scrap wire antenna. And to get the antenna wire in the air, simple cordage and some throw line are needed. And a tape for good measure. My radio of choice will be the Kenwood TS480, which is a very capable 100-watt mobile radio. It's okay to use outdoors with basic weather-tight precautions. For powering the station, I'm using portable solar panels with a controller and large deep cycle batteries. Trying to get everything to fit in just a few bags. A ham's gotta eat, and you can't beat a Dutch oven for cooking on the fire. It's a skillet and an oven. It's even a cooler if you put it in the snow. Last year, I used one for steak and taters. Why mess with such a good thing? Just in case, a grill grate is also a campfire must. I guess a bag will haul the cooking stuff, and why not also have a dual band mobile for repeater contacts just in case? On a hilltop, I can talk on 4 area repeaters. After a few weeks of cold temps and snow being on the ground, Nebraska weather took an upward turn. Snow melted for several days, and it's almost spring-like with snow and mud. My dad is coming along, and our first mission is to gather wood. The fire will keep the chill off in the evening. The sled works well in the mixed conditions over a short distance. Last year I walked out in the back pasture pulling the sled with no machine. Up the hill we go with all this weight. Arriving at the camp, it's nice and quiet up on this hill. The wind is not blowing much yet. I'll turn the portable HT on right away. Setting up the station, my help made Y-post to suspend the feed line. Thanks! This type of feeder has to be suspended off the ground and can't be near metal. Coaxial cable works better in these situations. We have a lot of terrain features here. Unfortunately, my only trees are cedars, so trying to get the antenna strung over the trees just right and allow enough height is a challenge, but antennas are all about compromise. I special built a insulating tool here for this purpose, and that gives me a nice connection point to the feed line and allows it to be hoisted up in the tree. For me, Winter Field Day is more about the outdoor experience and testing portable capabilities. It's good to go above and beyond with the mobile rig, set up portable, and the HF radio, and big batteries, solar panels and everything. But really, to participate, a guy can get by pretty good with just a HT.
This is Victor Echo 3 Lima Oscar November calling CQ Field Day QRZ.
November 0 Sierra Papa Charlie.
CQ Field Day, CQ Field Day, CQ, K5 LRK, Kilo 5, Lima, Romeo Kilo, Field Day.
My signal was getting out pretty good, but I could hear a lot more than I could hit. That's a good indicator I had some directivity of the signal, which means it's getting out better in one direction than others. It has to be the short antenna height and the steep slope. More help has arrived. Now I have 2 parents up on the hill. The pressure's on now. I'd better make some contacts.
Whiskey 4 Charlie Victor Yankee, Field Day.
November 0 Sierra Papa Charlie.
November 0 Sierra Papa Charlie, please copy 2 Oscar Georgia, 2 Oscar Golf Alpha.
2 Oscar Golf Alpha. I am 1 Oscar November Echo, 1 Oscar Nebraska.
Thank you for the 1 Oscar Nebraska and new section for us. Appreciate it very much. 7-3, good luck.
Good luck.
Whiskey 4 Charlie.
Cool, let me grab my chair. We got a smoke tornado.
Gatorade or water?
Gatorade would be great.
Any station outside North America, please. Kilo Delta 2, Whiskey November Yankee.
Some are out there calling DX. We can listen a while we have a little snack break. I did notice the smoke swirling. That's another thing to learn for next time. So far, Winter Field Day has been a success. I've made contacts on several of the bands and got good power established. We have a little bit of a wind out here, not a lot to interfere with operation. And the sun is just full on. There's not a cloud in the sky. This is day 1, of course, Saturday. And I've just enjoyed myself out here so far. In 0 SPC Portable. Before nightfall, one should do some camp chores to prepare. On this walkabout, I took my HT and had it linked to my mobile radio on up to the repeater 35 miles away. It's just been a beautiful day overall. The overnight low is only expected to be 23 degrees. As the sun disappears, it's time to check the solar setup. It's hard to beat the capacity of larger batteries. I'll rearrange the solar panels to catch the most of the morning sun. I took frequent breaks to take in the scenery. As daylight conditions change, so does the atmosphere. Now some of the lower frequencies are coming up. Since the temperature is okay and other weather is not a factor, I can't help but hook up a different radio with the same connection for power. It has a band scope, so I can visually see the activity from other hams as I tune. What a good time it would be to be a new ham radio enthusiast with so many handy features. Coyotes are close, and that radio is probably making some squeaking sounds that sound like a predator call. So, well, if they get too close, they might have a surprise coming. Getting ready to cook here. Enjoying listening to the regular 80 meter net. Bunch of fellow Nebraskans. And just getting that cast iron ready. It's been in the snow. Being the Dutch freezer or the Dutch fridge. So we'll get it warmed up and get to cooking. Have not done 80 meters on field day yet, so this should be a lot of fun. But the Dutch oven cooking, I did that last year. This year, once again, doing a steak and some taters.
Okay, got 3. There was a November 0, Sierra Papa Charlie, the first one. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. N0 SPC, Jared. Broadcasting a portable station. Getting into the Nebraska nets with the area hams is always a good experience. Good to hear you guys on here. Have a good one. 73. Back to you.
Okay, real good, Jared. I appreciate you coming down and checking in with us and being a part of the net here. Have fun at Winter Field Day and hope to work you here maybe on 40 or 80 later this evening. Thanks again for checking in, Jared. And out to
N0 SPC. A quick check-in on the local repeater, and it's back to cooking. The beef. It's what's for dinner. Maybe I like the sound of cooking better than the radio. Cooking at night does present a few challenges. Hopefully the Dutch oven makes it easier. I could have grilled it, but you know. Actually, the lighting in camp overall was a definite weak area to improve on for next time. If I were to hike and drag a sled by foot, I probably wouldn't bring a Dutch oven or some of the other heavy things. You have to weigh your pros and cons and decide for yourself. One pro of a Dutch oven is you can bring it off the fire and it will stay warm or keep cooking while you work the radio. Look what we do for fun. Now we head outside and cook on fire. So, Spirit of Winter Field Day is probably well in order here. It's a very nice view, and I would almost stay out here all night. In fact, that was the original plan, was to stay out here all night, but at this camping level, I'll probably turn in and be back here in the morning. After I eat out here and make a few more contacts, of course.
Okay, Whiskey Bravo 0, Victor November Foxtrot, pick copy 1 hotel.
I checked in on the local repeater a few times throughout the event. We have several people on it, but we are all on different schedules. Earlier, I talked to KF0 FND, Rick, on that repeater, but wasn't recording. To promote the hobby, we all started getting together a few times a year and building camaraderie around ham radio. Some of the highlights can be found on westernnebraskahamradio.com. Link is below. Time to eat. If you want to see me take a bite, too bad. You'll have to subscribe to my possible future cooking channel. There is some activity on 160 meter, but I'm not going to transmit. I would need more wire. AM broadcast radio is also coming in very well with this setup. Fire's basically dying out. Coals are burning out. And on the horizon, the moon's coming up. After a good night's sleep and a full breakfast, this day is going to be by far more laid back, for me anyway. The actual Winter Field Day event ends at 1 p.m. my time, but I have already enjoyed enough of the spoils of outdoor ham radio for this event. The parents will be back on the hill for lunch and some Bible study, and maybe I'll make a few more contacts. One advantage of this day for me is almost everything is set up. The ASU 991 radio is called a shack-in-the-box, meaning it covers all of the most popular frequencies. My antenna for 2 meter and 440 is a dual-band whip on a magnetic mount just sitting up in the tree. I did add a directed ground radial. The morning sun is hitting the solar panels directly. These Rockpal panels have been awesome. 14.2 volts with the radio off. 13.8 with it on standby. The price of these solar panels has doubled this year. Getting ready to cook. Today is more about a picnic on the hill for us, but it is still so interesting to hear the radio activity continue. There are openings on 10 meter, 12 meter, 15 meter, 17 meter, all kinds of openings for DX, which means talking outside of the USA. This is what you want to show people who wonder how far you can talk on the radio. As exciting as all of that is, I'll let the hardline contesters have it for now. Dad brought burgers to grill, and I made another steak. Good weather, good food, in the great outdoors. And of course some good company up here. Amen. While we eat, I decided to tune some AM broadcast, our favorite station around here.
Nebraska.
I was finally able to talk Dad into tuning around. This is where ham radio begins, seeing what we can tune in. I think hearing stations all over the US and now the world have made it too interesting to resist. Modern technology makes it better than ever to tune around, but I do hope old radios never lose their utility. There's something special about the glow of vintage. Perhaps I should set up an old radio that can be turned on and tuned around any time, and maybe we will get yet another ham on the air. Roger. Copy that. I'm located in the central United States in Nebraska. On a hill and participating in Winter Field Day, but I heard you and I had to come back for DX. Over.
Roger. Good to hear you on 17 meters for the first time there. And please tell me how is my signal report. I couldn't copy that. Over.
Roger. You are 5 and 7. 5 and 7. Over.
Roger. I got my 57. Thank you very much. And thank you for your call from Nebraska. 73. Have a good DXing. And I'm looking forward to copying you also on the other band. So N0 Sugar Papa Charlie. EA3 AKP. Bye-bye.
73s. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
So by this time, you should see that events like Winter Field Day are not just a contest, or just objectives to check off. You can make it more or less whatever you like. After all, amateur radio is still volunteer and a hobby. Just have fun, be serious, prepare, practice. If you focus on emergency operation, that is fine. In a true emergency, people would be out in the field and operating at their homes. This event is a chance to practice how you might have to operate, even in poor weather. If you want to climb mountains and use a beam antenna, great. Hop in a pickup and go mobile. Camp in an RV, walk somewhere. Even if you just listen, get outdoors if you can and enjoy the billions of signals. Organizations like the ARRL and clubs can help you learn more about where to begin or progress. And of course, there is a great pool of actual how-to videos out there. There is more Winter Field Day information available online, including guidelines and photos. Thanks for coming along, and thanks for sharing the experience this year. 73 for now.